Thank you and feel welcome. Thank you. We have advisors wa governor ambao mko hapa, simameni tafadhali advisors, governor's advisors. Wale wako hapa ndio hawa, tafadhali wave, salimia, wasalimia please, salimia. These are advisors wa governor. Thank you so much. Governor's delivery unit, please simameni ambao mko hapa, wasalimie. This is governor's special delivery unit ambao wako hapa sasa na sisi hapa. Thank you so much. Ningependa kuna chief of staff Atege ambao mko hapa, simama. Chief of staff, please wave, simameni ambao mko hapa. Thank you so much. These are our key staff. Finally, ningependa kuuliza mawaziri wetu kwa sababu ya muda. Simameni, musalimia mawaziri wetu. Please wave to our CC members, members of the cabinet. Thank you so much. Ningependa kumwalika leader of majority to introduce very quickly members of the county assembly as we proceed. Feel welcome to this function. Yeah, because of time, just acknowledge them. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, the Speaker, all protocol observed. Now, salimu nyote hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Sababu ya muda, vile nimeelekezwa, tumeenda live, so I'll ask the members of county assembly, tafadhali, tusimame. Asante, hata wale wako pande hii, tafadhali. Hao ndio waheshimiwa wa county assembly, naomba tusalimie wananchi wote na gavana. Asante sana. Deputy Speaker, tafadhali wakuone. Asante. Singependa kuchukua muda sababu siku ndio hii na tunangoja, wacha tuambiwe. Si ndio? Asante, Mungu awabariki, wacha tungoje. Nimemaliza.
Asante, asante. As guided, allow me to invite His Excellency the Deputy Governor atuongoze kwa ile program ambayo imebaki. Karibu Deputy Governor, karibu.
Your Excellency the Governor Kisii County, Honorable Simba Arati, Honorable Speaker, members of the County Assembly, members of the Cabinet, senior government officials, and the entire gathering here, hamjamboni. This afternoon we are here to receive this report on pending bills. And everyone is eager to see what the outcome will be. And so, since we are all waiting to hear what it has, we want to see how our resources have been applied and how much of it has done good job, what has not done service to the public. It will come out. We hope the task force that was created by His Excellency, Your Excellency the Governor, will give every detail of this report. And because of this, allow me to join me in welcoming His Excellency the Governor to make his speech and lead us on the next way forward. Sir, Honorable Excellency.
Thank you. Get seated, please. The Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the County Assembly, members of the County Assembly, the Committee on the Pending Bills Verification and Ineligible Pending Bills Resolutions, staff and technical officers from the respective departments. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly, because of time, and I know we are on live TV, on many aspects of things which are coming forth, for the report that we have come to receive today. allow me to point and explain on how this committee was formed and what informed us to form it. After forming the government, the county government came to reality over huge pending bills to a tune of 1.6 billion to be paid. The county government resolved to create a task force to look into a pending bill and make recommendation on the eligible bills. The task force was commissioned about 3 months ago when I appointed the committee on pending bills, verification, and eligible pending bills, verification resolutions through Kenya Gazette notice number 14024 of 2022. Today we are ready to receive the report on the status of pending bills. The county government of Kisii owes various contractors and suppliers for several years. That adds up to around 10 years. It is important to know that, as I earlier said, this was not a witch hunt exercise, but a deliberate move by my administration to distinguish genuine pending bills from suspected dubious claims before we pay, so that the taxpayer gets value for the money. We are also suspected some dubious double claims on similar projects, while a number of merchants seem to be claiming funds for goods not actually delivered, all service not rendered at all. The issue of a few favored contractors running the show at the expense of others was also significant, while collusion between staff and contractors to fix bills and payment could not be ruled out either. All these factors and other considerations triggered the need for a comprehensive audit of all the pending bills, and we brought in the expertise to help us analyze the situation with possible recommendation for remedy, and that is why we are here today. The committee appointed was properly constituted of experienced expertise drawn from various professional bodies. The members include, allow me when I read your name, you just stand so that people can see what kind of the people who are constituted in this team. The chairman is the QS Nyakundi, a fellow Chartered Institute of Habilitators, registered quantity surveyor. This is the chairman. Number 2, Engineer Ilali Nyanga, fellow with the Institute of Engineers of Kenya and a consulting engineer. This engineer even invited for parliamentary seat in some constituents in this county. Engineer Dr. Damaris Oyaro, member of the Institute of Engineers of Kenya and professional engineer. Engineer Nyanga Damaris Oyaro. CPA James Angawa, member of ISPAC. Counsel George Murara, member of Law Society of Kenya. Mr. Martin Papa, established document analyst and a member of the Fingerprint Forensic and Biometric Science Professional Association of Kenya, is here. CPA Nicodemus Karoli, member of ISPAC. I don't know where is he. Mr. Victor Magara, licensed member of Kenya Institute of Supply Management. That were the commissioners who were carrying out this exercise. Therefore, no doubt, the team we had is a capable team that Port will get will appreciate the work they have put in place. The committee was tasked to scrutinize, analyze, verify all existing stocks of Kisii County pending bills, making appropriate recommendation for payment or otherwise, In carrying out the exercise, the committee held a series of sittings at ATC where every affected contractor, supplier was given an opportunity to appear, defend their claims for cases regarding projects. The committee visited and inspected the works done. This exercise was necessary to help us evaluate, understand the status of the county pending bills, said to be to a tune of 1.6 billion Kenya shillings, incurred between 2013, 2014, 2021, 2022 financial years, so that we can plan to pay all eligible pending bills. But we believe what we owe is much less than the quoted figures, and we're going to get it. But then, the delay caused due to the verification exercise is for the common good. For instance, will it be fair to genuine contractors and the genuine public if we pay unscrupulous dealers for supplying the so-called air? Would it be correct? No. As such, after taking over government in August last year, it came to our notice that the purported total sum of pending bills was questionable, and for avoidance of doubt, we labored to establish the eligible of the pending bills. I sincerely bear with the contractors who are indeed our partners and the key stakeholders in development and service delivery for the delay caused in meeting our obligation to pay you. Another anomaly noted was the possibility of inflation of the costs of projects through wicked bills quantities aimed and defrauding public fund. As you are aware, we are being admonished as a county for lagging behind in clearing the said pending bills as per advice by the Control of Budget to all our counties and national government agencies. And accordingly to the Hill-motivated naysayers, this has caused the delay in absorption of development budget. But as you know, it's only 2 weeks ago that our supplementary budget was approved, which means that still we couldn't undertake development as earlier expected. Without the approval budget of 2022-2023 financial year, so shame could have not been done. Having said that, I must appreciate that the Committee on Pending Bills Verification has worked with speed, despite the fact that we have had to extend their durations. These people, they have been working overnight. They have not slept. They had to relocate from where to see again because of security. But I'm happy that you have done as good when you're going to give us that report. I hope that what is contained in the report will help us address the issue raised and possibly help us separate chaff from the wheat in order to pay all eligible pending bills while taking to task those we find questionable. I promise the contractors whose claims are given a clean bill of health that they will receive what is due to them on a first incurred, first out basis. With those many remarks, allow me to call upon the chairman of the pending bill committee or task force to give us the report. I'm told you will give me, but then you give us first of all the lights. Karibu, tafadhali, pia sisi dawa leo.
Your Excellency, Governor, Deputy Governor, Honorable Speaker, members of the County Assembly who are here, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I stand here to represent the committee that was constituted by His Excellency the Governor in November.
as His Excellency has mentioned, our team comprised of qualified, fully qualified accountants, engineers, lawyers, and of myself as a quantity surveyor. We started by sitting at the ATC. We reviewed the documents that were given to us. Then we invited the officers for discussion with us. Some of you came, we asked you very difficult questions. Thereafter, we visited the sites which could be visited. We went around the whole county. We wanted to do sampling, like audits are normally done, but His Excellency was very tough. He said we must go to every road and every building which had been certified for payment. It was not easy because, Your Excellency, you won the report yesterday and we have to go all over. But we tried. Today, we are ready with our report. But I would like to make a few observations which we came across. The first one, Your Excellency, is that contractors in this county, they get harassed in the county offices. When they come to be given the sites, they have to give money. When they come for inspection, they have to give money. The saddest part of this is that a chief officer wrote a letter to the resident engineers directing that no site can be inspected unless the contractor has paid the money up front. Your Excellency, this was very sad for us to note that a chief officer who is an accounting officer can give such a directive in writing. We shall be sharing with you a copy of that letter. Number two, we encountered payments which predate the 2010 Constitution. In other words, these payments have delayed for more than 10 years. We also came across contractors who have been using government machinery to do the roads without, they pay but they are not given a receipt. And contractors were willing to come forward to make those statements. Number four, we noted irregularities in tendering where related companies could appear on the tender list, they are evaluated and they are awarded. We also noted that some works were being awarded without any form of tendering. One case we have, somebody was given some work for doing a document, some documentation, and the letter of award read like this, that following your request, we are pleased to award you this contract. It is very, very sad. Another sad case, Your Honor, we came across is a contractor who gave us pictures of a road, of some work he had done, and the photos he submitted, they showed prisoners who are being supervised by warden in uniform. So we don't know whether he had paid the prisoners to come and do the work for him so that he can claim from the county. Your Excellency, we also noted where the county is being shortchanged on the specifications. Very high specifications are put in the documents. When the work is done, inferior materials are used. Your Excellency, we also came across where 100% of the contract sum is certified for payment, but when we went to site, the work is not complete. There are very many examples of this. We went to Manyansi Village Vocational Training Center. It has been certified as 100% done, yet it doesn't have windows, it doesn't even have doors. We went to Isanta Primary School, ECD. It doesn't even have a roof, but it has been certified as 100% done. You go to Riangabi Village Vocational Training Center, same thing. We go to Kiamasi Primary School, same thing, and many other places. Your Excellency, it is very sad that people who have been entrusted, who have been privileged to work for the county, can go around certifying what doesn't exist. Your Excellency, we also came across projects undertaken without any budgetary provisions. Any project in the county starts with requisition, and in the requisition, they are meant to mark the budget. We have requisitions in the files which have not been signed by the accountant in charge of the vote book. Your Excellency, this puts the contractors at risk because they have no way of verifying in the county offices that there's a budgetary provision. So when they're given an award, they're given an award for work which is not budgeted for. That is exposing the contractors to unnecessary risks. Your Excellency, we also came across documents which are forged. An example is where a chief officer assigned for one contract, and then some people in the offices, they take the part which has been signed by the chief officer, they photocopy as many as 15 copies and give out to contractors. They give out to contractors who sign a contract on a photocopy. We were advised by our lawyers that is unlawful. We have also witnessed abdication of duty by the chief officers, especially because they are supposed to ensure that the contracts have been administered correctly. But you find that a chief officer resigns from the project as soon as the award letter is given out. But if you read the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act, the chief officer is meant to constitute an inspection team once the project is completed. There is not a single project where we had the inspectors appointed by the chief officer. And what happened is that all the inspections which are done, they were done by people who have self-appointed. Perhaps we don't know the reasons for that, but we want to be suspicious. Your Excellency, we noted massive disregard of the provisions of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act with regard to tendering, with regard to project supervision, with regard to inspection and certification. We have made those observations in the detailed report. Having said this, what happens? What were we to do? We were given bills amounting to 1.69 billion to check. And we did not know even where to begin. We also met the county assembly members, those honorable members. Sorry, I didn't mention. You honored our request and we met you at ATC. We got a lot of intelligent information from the leaders. But even having done a lot of scrutiny and soul searching, Your Excellency, this committee had to go through every file up to 5 times. And in the end, we could only come up with bills worth 235 million shillings, which can be paid outrightly without any queries or being questioned by anybody. Yeah. Okay. So, Your Excellency, I must repeat, after careful scrutiny, some files we had to do 5 times. This committee could only come up with bills which are properly due at 235 million shillings. And even those bills, there are some small housekeeping which will have to be done before the payment is done. For example, where mobile phones have been bought for staff or laptops which appear to be procured every year, the auditors need to go back to the offices, conduct an audit, confirm that those laptops and those phones are still within the county before the payment is released. Your Excellency, we also came across work which had been done by contractors, but due to negligence or one reason or another, the certification and documentation was not complete. We were unable to recommend those for payment. However, we valued them at about 130 million shillings. If the right procedures are followed or the defects are rectified, the contractors could be paid. One thing we noted when we were going around is that our consultants, our engineers and the other people, they would go to the site maybe twice. The day they give a handover the site and the day they come to do inspection for payment. That means that there was no supervision when the work was being done. And as a result, we noted a number of places where the workmanship is extremely poor, and yet recommendations for payments are being done. This is with a lot of respect to my colleagues in the industry, but the truth must be spoken. Your Excellency, we came up with the last list of items or bills which could not be paid, which amount to 1.2 billion, and these ones could not be paid because, one, many of them did not have a single document to show that they were contracted by the county, other than an award letter which can be written anywhere on the street. Number two, many of them could not even demonstrate to the committee that they had actually done the work. They told us they used equipment. We asked them, can you show us receipts? Do you own equipment? They say no. Did you hire the equipment? They say yes. Show us any receipts to prove that you hired the equipment to do the roads. They don't have, and yet they want to be paid. Your Excellency, we noted where there's purported inspection of the work, and yet the people did not go to site to do the inspection. Some of the officers whom we spoke to, they actually confessed that they never went to site, and they even wrote statements to withdraw their signatures from that inspection. What that means is that the documents which are being used to make payments are fraudulent. And Your Excellency, we want to urge you, we do not want to go into the details because it may prejudice the people and the investigations. We urge you to institute forensic audit, and especially on these bills which have not been able to pass, and those ones who might be found to have been colluding with our officers, necessary actions should be taken. We want to say this, that from now on forth, we recommend that chief officers become more serious with their work, the professional colleagues be more serious with certification, and when it comes to appointment of people to the either evaluation committee or supervision or inspection, it should be done according to the law on a rotational basis, not people being friends being appointed to inspect from January to December, from year to year, and they just do it in the office. Finally, Your Excellency, this business of contractors being asked to pay before their work can be inspected, we trust that you will ensure that this comes to an end, and contractors should be able to do any business, like you can walk into a supermarket, buy anything and walk away without bribing. That will prosper our county. One other reason why some of the bills could not go through is because of exaggerated quantities. We inspected, we did a quick check of those quantities, including the stadium, the racing track here. The quantities that are in the account are exaggerated. And we said that should not be allowed to happen. The professionals who are concerned could be given an opportunity to go back and rectify their mistakes and come back to the county, to you, and tell you they have rectified their mistakes so that due payments are made. Your Excellency, other details of our findings are a bit sensitive. We will not be able to air them here, but they're in our reports for your perusal. And with those few remarks, I want to beg that you allow me to present the report. It is sealed, you cannot open it here, but it is safe, so you can open it at home. Yes, yes, in the office. It can be opened. Hold this. One last request I want to make, that it looks like the way work was being done in the county, people are not sticking to the standards, and therefore there may be some people who may have certified some things because of carelessness which was being done. We request that when you find these officers mentioned in our report, be a bit lenient with them, but just warn them.
Sasa ndugu wananchi, gavana wetu anapokea report rasmi kutoka kwa chopokazi ambaye alipatia kazi yeye mwenyewe kuhusu masuala ya development katika kaunti yetu ya Kisii. Tafadhali tuwapigie makofi maofisa hao ambao wamefanya kazi nzuri, wamepitia magumu, lakini mwisho wameleta ripoti kamili. Makofi tafadhali.
Your Excellency, the report is 200 pages. I request that those who want to see you this afternoon to give you a break so that you can read it. Thank you.
Asante sana, mwenyekiti.
Aye. ninaambiwa kwamba kuna picha ambazo lazima tuone kwa runinga, zile project ambazo zilikuwa zimeisha na zimefanywa kuwa zimeisha, conversion by some people. Of course we must seal their identities again, but that's it. Kwa hivyo chairman, ungetuambia hii ni Ogembo Market? Sasa sijui vile waheshimiwa, sasa now you have to explain to us hapa ni nini imefanyika. Hii ni Marani Stadium.
Yeah, Your Excellency.
Hii ndio Marani Stadium.
Your Excellency, we made a site visit to Marani Stadium. We met inhabitants, the locals at Marani, and what we found on the site was the structure of the pavilion standing still. There was a mass dumping of muram on the truck, vandalized latrines, according to ourselves. But the locals told us that the doors were not put in that latrine.
Thank you.
The fence was also not done.
Thank you. Wale watu wako Marani, mtatuambia kama stadium ipo. Ndio hiyo. Stadium haiko. Next. Ni gani mko nayo? Hii ni wapi? Hii ni Marani Stadium, ndio hiyo. Hii ni nini? Marani Stadium still, latrine and the fence. Hii ni Gesero. Hii imeisha ikalipwa yote. Iliisha ikalipwa. Inafaa kulipwa kwamba haijalipwa, lakini inafaa ilipwe yote kwamba imeisha. Ni Gesero. Kia Busura ECD. Shida ya hapa ni gani?
It was also done and certified to be paid.
Naambiwa kwamba it was hapa inasemekana ilianguka, ilianguka. Hakuna shule, hakuna, lakini ni ile moja wapo ingelipwa kama imeisha. Borehole at what? Nyakora Kitutu Church North.
Drilled by the roadside?
Yes.
With no requisition and observance of the procurement.
Okay. National government, is that a CDF?
Yeah, that is a national government sponsored project, but in the file that was presented to the committee, it was a county financed project.
Mnaona. Hiyo ndio maneno.
Nyakeyo Market, South Mogrango. It has been paid and some amounts are due for payment, but it is certified 100%.
Watu wa South Mogrango, I hope mmeona huko. Kwa hivyo hii ni gani?
Ogembo Market Shed.
Watu wa Bomachoge Church ndio hiyo.
Yes, Ogembo Market certified as 100%, but you can see what is on the ground.
Na mheshimiwa huko anasema kwamba ali raise point katika bunge kwa assembly na haijaisha. Lakini imekuwa kwamba yote ilipwe. Endelea. Hii ni gani?
Nyatoni Vocational Training Center. A project funded by the Kisii County government. But it is not also complete.
Lakini imeandikwa kwamba imeisha.
It's complete. And part of it has not been there, according to the specification and the quantities, has not been met to the procurement standards.
Next.
Nyakenge ECD. That is just a quarter of the work done, but it is certified as 100%.
Next. Hii imeisha bwana, mbona vipi?
Bitare was a contract granted to one contractor to do 3 different projects, but only Bitare is completed. The other 2 have not been done even from scratch, but it is certified as 100%.
Oh, walikuwa kule mbili yote.
The award project is not also meeting the standards of what is provided for in the project file. Bonchari.
In Bonchari, yes?
Yes, sir.
Nyavinyi
were gravity scheme in sense ward. That is the state of the project.
Na shida yake ni gani?
The quantities that are provided for are enormous, but you can see the project.
It's a water project.
The percentage is 100%. It's a water project, 100% supposed to be paid.
Hii ya kando ni gani hii?
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same gravity. Water goes up and then it comes down.
Okay.
Yes.
Hii ni Bomachoge Chache Borabu, rehabilitation of Rio Kindo water supply. There was what? There's the pipe work extension, the water treatment.
Yes, Your Excellency, sir. There was supposed to be pipe network, and the water kiosks is not complete.
All right.
They are not metered, and the tank is not complete.
Lakini wameandika wamemaliza?
Yeah.
Maji iko vile tunaiona. Yoyo wale mko kule Bomachoge, kwa hivyo mnaona Borabu, kwa hivyo mnaona. Tuende. Hii ni gani? Milk cooler plant Kegati, Nyaribari. Wale mko Nyaribari Kegati.
Okay, this one is complete. It was installation of machines and power by KPLC. The machines are installed, but they have not been tested and commissioned. And the KPLC power, they drew a cable from a distance, so it is sagging, it is down. It's dangerous actually. So the facility cannot operate.
Hiyo iko kule Nyaribari. Ngine? Ndaweza tupa kidogo ndio wakati tumalizie. Asante. Nikubalia niongee kwa Kiswahili, vile vile nitarudi Kisii. Kwa ufupi tu, sijui nimeona kwamba mmetuambia kwamba ni zile pesa zinafaa kulipwa ni shilingi milioni 235 peke yake, na zile ambazo tutazalipwa baada ya uchunguzi kufanyika wa dhati ni milioni 130. Pesa ambazo haziwezi lipwa kwa vyovyote vile ni bilioni 1.2 billion 921. Kwa hivyo hii ndio pesa ambayo haiwezi lipwa na county. Nataka niseme kwa wale contractors wazuri mliofanya kazi, tukipata pesa mara moja tutalipa nyinyi. Wale ambao mlitaka kupita kwa mkato, ole wenu, kwa sababu lazima tuombe kwamba sheria ichukue mkondo wake. Nitaomba wananchi watukufu mahali popote mpo katika sehemu 10 ambazo tumeweka hizi runinga, na wale ambao mnatusikiza katika redio, vile vile katika runinga zile ambazo ziko live sasa, ni kwamba lazima tukumbushane, sisi ni wafanya kazi, we are servants ya watu wale ambao wametupea uongozi. Naomba tafadhali kila mmoja, mwananchi mtukufu mahali upo, wajibika kuambia kiongozi wako, na mimi pia nikiwa nimekwenda kando, usiogope kuniambia, niambie kwamba Simba unaelekea kubaya. Lakini nataka niombe maofisa wote, mambo ya msamaha ya Mola, sisi lazima tukupee mbele ya sheria. Bwana Chairman, mambo ya msamaha wache ikuwe mambo ya Mungu peke yake. Sisi kazi yetu tupeleka watu mbele ya sheria, sheria ipambane na wao. Kwa sababu hakuna malaika atashuka kutoka mbinguni. Watu wamekufa kwa sababu hawana madawa hospitalini. Kando na haya, hizi ni pesa ambazo zingelipwa. Lakini pia nimesema pesa iliyolipwa miaka 5 iliyopita, lazima tujue ni nani alilipa, ni nini ililipwa. Kama watu waliweka pesa mfukoni, tutawaomba tafadhali mtarudisha, hao tutawasamea nyinyi. Kwa sababu ni uchungu, kila mtu hapa amempoteza mtu kwa sababu ya hospitali, dawa hakuna. Barabara ambayo haipo sawa imeua watu kwa sababu ya vitu kama hizi. Nitaomba ndugu zangu na dada zangu, tuwajibike kwa fedha ambazo tumepewa. Kwa hayo nataka nielezee pesa ambazo nimepewa mimi kutoka juu. Kwa miezi 5 nimepokea pesa mara 5 ambazo tumepewa na kutoka kwa control budget. Na fedha hizi nataka nizielezee vile tumetumika. Pia vile baadaye control mwenyewe atakuja kuangalia vile tumewajibika kwa pesa zile. Mtanikubalia nisome. Pesa ya kwanza iliyokuja, iliyolipwa ama tuliopewa tarehe 16 mwezi wa 9 mwaka 2022 ilikuwa ni pesa ya Julai. Ilikuwa ni milioni 756. Pesa hiyo tena hiyo tukapata pesa Agosti tarehe 28 milioni 711 na maelfu kadhaa mbele. Oktoba tukapata pesa milioni 750. Septemba tukapata 756 milioni. Oktoba tukapata shilingi milioni 711. Novemba tukapata shilingi milioni 756. Pesa hizi hivi ndivyo tulivyozitumia. Pesa ambazo tulipata mwezi wa 9 tukalipa mshahara wa mwezi wa 6, wa 7 na wa 8. Ile kitu tunaita gross salary and net for August, ambayo yote ilileta pesa shilingi milioni 600 na 1951. Pesa ya September salary and August deductions, kwa sababu tulilipa kidogo ya net ya mwezi wa 8, tukalipa shilingi milioni 611. October gross salary, ile pesa ambayo tunalipa, na hii pesa mjue kwamba kuna wale wafanyakazi hewa ndani, kuna wale wafanyakazi wazuri wako ndani, ni shilingi milioni 411. Mwezi wa 11 tukalipa shilingi milioni 410 mshahara. Disemba zile pesa ambazo tumepata, nimewaambia tumepata pesa ya Julai, August, September, Oktoba na November. Lakini kwa sababu hatukuwa tumelipa pending bills, tukalipa salaries ama mshahara wa Disemba na Januari. Pesa zote ambazo tumelipa mshahara huo ni 2.9 billion mshahara peke yake. Na nataka nielezee hapa kwamba kuna fedha ambazo tumepata kutoka na mashirika ambayo yanatusaidia, grants. Narjip grant tumepata milioni 130. Kuna project inaitwa ASDSP grant tumepata milioni 10. Kuna grant inaitwa EU Ideas milioni 12. Yote ukijumuisha unapata ni milioni 154. Nataka nielezee kwamba pesa ambazo tumelipa NHIF, wafanyakazi wangu wote wako na kitu kinaitwa NHIF comprehensive cover. Nimelipa milioni 183 na maelfu karibu 800. Recurrent pending bills, state staff claims and motor vehicle repairs milioni 24. Cleaning groups ambazo ni pending bills, municipality na sub counties milioni 34. Operations ya serikali milioni 54. KEMSA, pesa ambayo tumelipa kwa madawa moja kwa moja milioni 93. Ukiongeza pesa hiyo yote unapata kwamba ni milioni 388. County Assembly funding, sisi tukipata pesa hii pia tunawapea ndugu zetu na dada zetu ambao wanatengeneza sheria katika County Assembly, na hizi pesa ndio zimekwenda. Katika mshahara tumewapea shilingi milioni 238. Graduate ya watu wa Assembly tumepeana milioni 11. Recurrent pending bills milioni 3. Assembly operations and maintenance milioni 156. Assembly development milioni 22. Assembly car and mortgage milioni 50. Pesa ambazo tumepeana kwa County Assembly ni milioni 482. Pesa iliyobaki katika CRF account, pesa ambayo tuko nayo saizi ni milioni 71. Tunangojea kama mtalipa wananchi watukufu ushuru, serikali kuu i-release pesa ya Disemba, Januari, Februari. Na wale ambao contractors, ndugu zangu ambao mjailipwa, tutawalipa raundi hii. Kwa hivyo, kwa ufupi, nikubalie niseme haya kwa lugha ya Kisii. Najua kwamba hasa wale ambao ni runinga za kitaifa mtaniwia radhi kwamba nitaongea sasa kwa lugha ya Kisii, kwa sababu wananchi wanatuangalia kutoka pembe zote za kaunti yetu. Abantu baminto bali mwenzi mototegerete, bali mwenzi motoligeretie. Kamati ya pending bills ire twabegete ose commission ya toire report rero ya dotebiri kibesa konyora abantu bakuboli bakanwe ekialenge bilioni yemo ne milioni 700. Lakini report ya tebiri kibesa tuwakana abantu babwende wakano bakoltegas batakoltegas yembeo ne milioni 230. Kibesa chinde milioni 130 n'abakoli gose contractor chiritaro sityama sakarabo buya, lakini gasi ya kolekanete naende batebire kichunguzwe kimanye gwakano, lakini kibesa kitakano